All right.
Got it.
What's up, everybody? Is everybody's audio included?
Yes.
Awesome.
It
Yeah,
is
I'm here.
now.
Awesome. All right. Welcome to the first episode of the CGWN, our new CleetiG weekly news stream. I'm your host, Danger Ranger, on Who's a Willix. This, this. True. Um, Happy Martin Luther King Jr. Day. It's Danger Ranger. This is our new news stream. So we got Upbeat Bo and we got Ruth from HR. Upbeat Bo, you're the, we have two captains here. Upbeat Bo, the captain of team, and Ruth, the captain of Office Party Esports, both for Smite. Would you like to say hello, Ruth?
Hi.
Dope. How you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm all right. Just a little stressed. I had 3 cups of coffee and absolutely nothing else all day.
Oh,
How you
You need
doing,
more
Bo?
coffee.
I'm doing good. I had a
I do need more coffee.
7 a.m. flight from Kentucky back to New York, but I'm
Yeah.
I'm home now. So um,
Yo, that's dope.
had a long day
He
and had a
he
lot of
just flew from New
prospects
York.
complaining that their stats weren't kept up.
Oh yeah. Are you in charge of stat tracking?
Yeah, I made the whole stat spreadsheet for the CGSL.
Yo, I've been snooping through that. That's dope. All right. That's awesome. I know Slim does it for Rocket League. I didn't really know who did it for SL. That's
It's
really
me.
cool.
I am the Smite Slim.
It is me. That's really cool. All right. I love it. Um, so this episode being episode 1, pretty much all Smite content. This is the Smite episode. There's gonna be a few more, and then we'll go back to our normal episodes. But we got the CGSL playoffs. We got the following that. The next topic will be the CGSL season 2 changes. I don't have any official information on any changes, but we do have Upbeat Bo, Ruth, and then me and Rhea all to make speculations on what will happen for Smite League season 2. There's actually an official meeting for the changes happening tonight, and then I'm assuming it'll be about within this week. By the end of the week, we'll know all the official changes for the next upcoming season. But after that, we have Ruth here. She's now the scouting director for the SL. How long you been the scouting director? It's like super recent, right?
yeah, super recent. I'd say about 2 weeks, if that, a week and a half, maybe.
That's dope. You already recruited like fucking cajillion times more people than I did when I was recruiting for people. I wasn't the scouting director though, but still,
I can't take all
that's dope.
credit, though. Like, there was definitely help from other people as well.
No, I feel it. That's awesome. Yeah, so for a whole topic, I plan to ask you a little few small questions. And then after that, we're going to talk about the Smite AllStar Game. Following that, I'm going to bring up the Rocket League event. And then that's the end of the episode. So starting off with the CGSL playoffs, it's awesome that I have you here, Ruth, because you guys were the first game and you got the W. How you feeling after that? You got more W's in your belt after that anyways.
Well, the next team we play is Bo's team. So,
Mm-hmm.
It's
we're
unfortunate, really.
we're just
That's
trying to
wild.
prepare for that right now. But I know that my team was super excited, super hype. They won. They're really proud of themselves, and I'm really proud of them too.
Mm-hmm. Do you watch every game
Yeah,
or
absolutely.
just every game? Oh, true. Um, cool.
I
Now,
actually took part in watching that first game against OPE and HEO, and that first game it looked like HEO was actually going to take the win, but OPE was able to just get that fire giant and uh, basically
mhm,
seal the deal with game 1.
that's really awesome. Was there
Right.
anyone that stood out to you when you're watching the gameplay?
I was watching a lot of I watched, I forgot who all played. I believe Proud Killer a player? Because I
Hmm.
didn't pay too much attention on HEO. But I was watching, I believe, Proud. And then on OPE, I was watching Frank and Rapid, I believe.
Yeah, high key. Every time I watch OPE, I notice Frank. I love it. Um, Now, I guess moving on from that real quick. We're actually moving on to the second round after this next game, correct, Willix? Of the Oh. Uh. Whoops.
Hmm?
Beyond that, what are you guys thinking? What do you guys got predictions about this the second round, starting with Rhea?
Oh, um,
Who's gonna take it? Who's going to the
originally,
Cleety Cup? That's what I want to know.
originally, right now, like my choices are top two are OP and team, but seeing as how they're going against each other next, I'm honestly looking for like a really good match between the two teams.
Me too. I bet you guys are about to bring your best. Is there any preparations going on behind that? Are you guys like rallying the troops, firing them up? Are you guys practicing? What do you think about that, Bo?
I'm definitely trying to get everyone's availability so that we can schedule the game, and that's the extent of my efforts right now.
I feel it. You probably doing a lot right now. What about you, Ruth?
So,
Same thing, right? Doing a
no,
lot.
it's a little bit different for us on our end because, like, if you
Mhm.
remember, like when we started, we were one of the worst teams in the league. And through through trades and like just team bonding, like our mid 3v3, I always give them credit because they did go out of their way to work together and bond and stuff. So I know that my team is trying to pull the Cinderella story off right now and, cause a big upset in the league. So we're trying.
Nah, I love it. I love it. All right, money moves. I feel it. That's dope. Uh, so that's what we got for the CGSL playoffs. I want to move on to and this can be real brief, honestly. Any season two speculations? Since I have Bo here, I don't have any. I have unconfirmed reports mostly. I don't have anything official. But what do you think is going to be happening with season two? I know Rocket League. They introduced the Step League. I actually was looking around. I don't think there's going to be a Step League for the Smite League.
No, Awilix told
Uh,
me I have to successfully run one season before I can put a step league in.
mhm.
I
All
would
right.
say speculation wise for season two, there's going to be a lot of documentation coming out. My goal is to write up pretty concrete rules, regulations, and like outlines of what's happening so that no one is confused. My real overlying goal is to make a Google document folder and post that Google document folder by the start of season 7 of Smite, so the 28th,
Mhm.
and then officially launch season 2 with all of our rules intact. The speculation, the big changes that we're looking into right now, I would say the biggest one is salary cap. We released a draft of our salary cap, which will be finalized by the time we get into season 2. But the goal is to not allow super teams to form.
Of
So
course.
it's
Which is honestly sounds like it's for the better.
yeah, it is. It's giving the captains a puzzle-like challenge on how to fill out their rosters, which can be a positive or a negative thing, but I hope becomes more positive than negative.
Uh,
All right.
to add on to that, because Rocket League did something like that is back in season one, season two, like they had some uh overpowered teams put together, I guess you could say.
That they did.
And uh, season two, a team ended up leaving because they didn't see it as it was much of a competition anymore. Which since season since that season, we've been actually adding in a rule that you can't stack teams, so that it makes it
Mhm.
more available for other teams to actually have a chance and make it more competitive and fun to enjoy for everyone. So seeing that being brought into like Smite as well is going to make it a lot more well-rounded.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I've also had a bunch of people, I've had a few people reach out to me and say like they read it and they found what they're calling loopholes. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
and all I tell them is if I do my best work at creating a uh, cap that I think is fair and you find a loophole in it, then you've bested me this time, and we'll see if next season
Yeah.
is better. Like I'm not trying to completely shut down any like way of playing around the rules because I think that's half the fun. But I am going to
Really?
do my best to make it so that that every team will have an equal shot at being able to compete.
No, I like that. I can relate to that. You know, if you find a way to win, that's just as fair. And if it ends up being something that we don't want, we can just change it later at worst. Besides, the rules aren't even done being written, obviously.
Right.
But yes. Now I guess Ruth, did you have anything to say on that?
Nope, just excited.
Lit. Me too. Moving on. Let me just ask you like these handful of questions about your new position, scouting director. Um, so I guess starting, where's some of the places you look for new people?
So when I started scouting, the first place I went to was actually Facebook. There are a ton
Hmm.
of Smite communities on Facebook, so those were my primary targets.
No, that's awesome. Yes, I know Facebook's the way to go. Now I guess as much as you want to put into this, what would you say is your process? How would you explain it?
My process for which part?
For recruiting people, yeah, I know, right? For recruiting people, like finding them, like once you find them, what is the first thing you want to get into their ears
Um,
about CleetiG?
so the first thing I try to do is obviously talk to everybody and kind of be a warm, welcoming person into CleetiG. I know that there are some creatures, but I
Hmm.
also feel like it's good to show them that we're not all like that, and I try to be nice and positive for the most part.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. Like that's all you can ask for, especially when someone's coming to you asking you if you want to play with us. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Um. Now, is there any big pro, I guess almost like a niche thing that CleetiG brings to the table that you like to brag to people about? I remember when I was recruiting the handful of times, I would like to brag about our stat tracking because not everyone offers that.
Well, I think it's unique in the fact that this is a draft league. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like there are tons of
Definitely.
leagues out there, but not all of them are draft. You know what I mean? So that's a huge special thing, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, and that adds that concept of sport, making it more of a sport, does it not?
Yes.
Yeah. And then I know people are definitely hyped about just the overall organization and how well it can seem or it is, I guess, for a better word. Uh, Now, is there any criteria that you have for people when you are recruiting them? Uh, for example, maybe their rank. Do you only recruit a certain rank and above?
No, absolutely not. I think anyone is welcome in this league as long as they're not like, you know, 10. I think that was my guideline for that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, definitely. Our age minimum's 14,
There we go.
and beyond that, there's no ranks or anything. So that's dope. Uh, Now I guess in your personal opinion, how easy or uneasy is the job of scouting director?
It's pretty easy. Usually all I have to do is like make a post and people will come to me saying they want to get involved or they want more information or something along those lines. So it kind of works itself.
That's cool. That's all you can ask. Now we got both you and Bo here. You guys, you were elected. We're moving on to the Smite AllStar Game. Let me be clear. Now you were elected to be in charge of that. Is that how that went down? I'm
Yeah,
minorly
so what
confused.
happened was I put up a poll a couple weeks ago with uh, members of the community that the captains feel were should be nominated to be all stars, and then the community got to vote on who they felt most deserving for each
Hmm.
position. Ruth and I were selected as the two all star captains. Ruth overwhelmingly selected as the all star captain, and myself in a far second.
A hug. But you keep going. Go on.
So then we announced who our all stars were. We put them in their own tab in the Discord as all star, but we did not tell them what teams they were playing for. We did not divvy them up. And then the All-Stars decided that what they wanted to do was let the community vote on what gods they played. So I rolled a random god generator 3 times per player, and then I made another
Hmm.
poll. I made two other polls and put them up, and so the community has voted on which gods which All-Star will play, and we are going to announce what teams for the All-Star game are and what gods the All-Stars will be playing.
Oh, you guys are announcing that here tonight? That's awesome.
Yes, right now.
All right, go ahead.
Ruth, do you want to announce the teams?
Sure. And correct me if I'm wrong here.
Hmm.
So, Team 1, which is led by Bo, will be Raikou, Godsend, Jay Feather, Flyberry, MX Double, and like I said, as their captain, Bo. And Team 2 will be Poyo, Munchie, Fizz, Olive, and Lucky.
Yes. Yes, and Team 2 is led by
Me.
Ruth.
Oh,
Team
all
2
right,
is led by
dope.
Ruth. So you've got uh, Reku, Godson, J Feather, Sly, and MX. Polio,
Hmm.
Munchie, Viz, Olive, and Lucky, or Rapid Carnation and Lucky. They know what positions they're playing. So
Hmm.
you're playing the position you're nominated for. And now I'm going to announce the gods they will be playing. In game 1, Polio Yaros will be playing Mercury ADC versus Reku's Sylvanas ADC. Munchie will take Kakulin into the mid lane against the Hugbug Godson's Capri. Slyberry will be bringing Rama support versus the ever slippery Loki support from Rapid Carnation. Some good support votes out there. J Feather will be bringing Discordia into the jungle against Viztix's Yamoja. And Lucky will be playing Bacchus into MX Doubles Ganesh. So that's game 1. Game 2,
Hmm.
more of the same here. Let me see if I can pull it up on my computer. Give me a second. All right, game 2, we've got Poyo playing Cerberus ADC against Reku's Ganesh ADC. Munchie will be playing Capri, so we got a Hugbug in both games, against Godson's Ymir.
I
Slyberry
love
will
him
be
here.
playing Aphrodite support against Olive's Camazotz. J Feather will be playing Cupid in the jungle against Viztix's Artio. Lucky Charms will be playing Izanami solo against an MX double Awilix. So those are the announcements for All Star Game.
We got a Willix in the game.
There's an Awilix in the solo lane.
Ooh. All right. So you now that everything's announced, does that give you guys the opportunity to practice for this All-Star game?
I mean,
Or is this whole season practice?
they can take those gods into casual all they want. Ruth and I are
Hmm.
probably going to split up our two teams and look for availability to try and find a time to play this game. But my team, you're going to get about as much support as my actual team gets. So I'll take your availability and try and schedule you a game.
All right, dope. You can't see it, but I'm dabbing. I love it. Oh, now I guess did you guys have any closing comments before I kind of move on to the closing parts of the episode on the All-Star game? I'm really excited. I being sort of staff, new staff, and just being a viewer for CleetiG, I'm glad to see you two captaining the two teams. The roster for this All Star game definitely stands out to me. I love it, and I love the picks for the gods. It's really nifty.
Yeah, I'm excited about the way that we decided the format of the All Star game. I think the All Stars were very pleased with it, and it kind of got some community interaction, so it should be a fun game to watch. across the board, my big note would be remember this is an all-star game. It's not to flex on people. Just have fun. And if you're watching it, remember these kids are having fun. And they all can
I'm
run
having
you
fun.
in their respective roles.
All right, all right, all right. Cool. That's all we got. Smite content wise, I'm gonna announce Rocket League. Rocket League's got their new event starting today, January 20th. It's gonna end February 10th. It's the Lucky Lanterns event. Rhea, you read a little bit about that. What was it specifically about?
Um, what
It's
the
kind of like New
event
Year's,
brought
maybe.
in, it's kind of like the Chinese New Year's, sort of.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of brought in a brand new map to the American Rocket League, because they also, I believe, last year towards the end of the year, they released a like Asian or Chinese, Japanese, I can't remember specifically what, but there's like an uh, Asian Rocket League made for like players out in that
Oh,
area
you
and
mean
all
like a
that.
separate community or a separate game?
I guess it's the same game, but like a separate community completely.
True, you kind of see that in certain. There are definitely other games that end up having separate communities for the like other nationalities.
Mm-hmm.
Just like Warframe, and I mean, all I can think of off the top of my head is Warframe. I know there's separate servers for different nationalities on like NBA 2K.
Yep.
Have you experienced any differences in different national players and maybe Warframe or something?
Uh, in Warframe, yeah, you come across a bunch of like different types of
Definitely,
players, like from different
I feel it.
regions, and it's really
But
cool to play
out of
with all of the varieties. And it's the same
true,
with
true, 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 true.
Rocket League as well.
Yeah, you think that's gonna play over like transfer over to Rocket League?
I believe so. However, I only see because I'm US, so I play usually NA West or NA East. But all the time, like you always come in contact with when you're playing East servers. A lot of people
Hmm.
in like Europe and whatnot and Australia, like you play with a bunch of them, and so you kind of run into them quite frequently now.
Cool. What kind of I guess decals are you expecting out of this new event? I'm looking through some of this and it's like it's got dragon tops, uh, definitely a lot of skins for some skins for the Dominus and the Octane. I'm pretty excited.
I'm not necessarily looking too much towards all the decals and whatnot. Like the decals are
Hmm.
cool, and there's a lot of players that'll focus on fashion uh,
Hmm.
over playing the game, but that's perfectly fine. So a lot of other people may say like they're looking forward to like the new toppers or new wheels to like customize and make their like pimp their ride and whatnot.
No, cool. I feel it. I found like a free DLC for Xbox skins on Rocket League the other day, so
Mm-hmm.
I feel that. Uh, so I guess I'm gonna kind of jump back to Smite before the end of the episode because I'm still kind of curious about this All-Star game. Do you have anything that you're kind of excited to see, Reyes, since you watch a lot of the games?
I haven't been watching a whole lot of the games. I'm just more or less still learning the game. So seeing as
Hmm.
how like people who actually know what they're doing, it's a learning experience. But then again, I'm also confused on everything. So it's hard to understand if you don't know what's going on. But seeing like all the action take part and like all the strategies the teams put into play, like going for fire giants or all the bases and um
Like the separate
buffs.
buff camps and
Yeah.
etc. Yeah, no, I feel that. It's definitely cool to watch, even if you're not knowledgeable in Smite. Ruth, don't you teach a lot of people, like actual beginners, a lot of the time in your spare time?
No.
No.
She doesn't.
No, I do not.
I don't know. I know you took time out to teach your franchise owner.
Oh,
Um,
yeah, that's different.
that is definitely different. Yeah. Rhea, with you being new, was there anybody that's really been going out of their way to help you, Rhea?
At first there was, but necessarily over time it kind of just stopped, so I didn't really care as much anymore. However, I've been talking to MX Double, who said he'd get back into teaching me more about it if I ever re-download it again.
Dope, dope. I feel it. Yeah, with it being a free game, it's just one download away. Now, we got 5 more minutes left in the episode, so we're just gonna move on to the episode reminders. Brief, real quick, what our new series is gonna be about, and then at the end of the episode, I'm gonna give all three of you guys the option for the shout outs. Uh, so this episode started at 9 p.m. Eastern, which is going to be the new time for. I apologize. Give me a second. Whew. I'm a little bitch. Uh, so CleetiG Weekly News Program. That's our new program. It's no longer Thursday's Thoughts. I'm excited to get back at it. Still gonna be on 5 episode seasons as far as I know. Now it's gonna be an hour earlier, and it's Mondays instead of Thursdays. So I couldn't think any Monday rhymes. So it's CleetiG Weekly News. You guys excited? Rhea?
Always,
Oh,
always excited.
Dope. Ruth?
Yeah, I'm excited.
Nah, I feel it. Open-ended questions are the worst. So shout outs. You guys got any shout outs? I got a shout out. I was actually interviewing Brandon today, and I wanted to see if he could make it to the episode. He said he couldn't. He was doing qualifiers for the RLS, RLCS, and RLRS. I apologize. He's in qualifiers for the RLRS. And he was explaining me that whole process. I hope to write an article about that, being news staff. I write articles now. So far, I've only written one. It hasn't gotten the okay yet. Uh, you got any shout outs, Rhea?
Not necessarily. Well, maybe a couple. Like a shout out to MX for wanting to put an effort into teaching me, and then just a huge shout out to the Smite community because, I mean, I've had more fun talking in there than I did in Rocket League for a while.
You got a shout out, Ruth?
Oh yeah. All right. So I guess first shout out would be to my team. I'm really proud of you guys. Keep killing it. Jay Feather, thank you for your advice, of course. And Bowen and Wheelix, y'all are killing it. I don't think you get enough credit. And also to the prospects. I literally have never seen a group of people want to play this damn game so intently. So shout out to them too.
All right, bet. Bo, ending on you. You got shout outs?
Yeah, I'd like to shout out Ruth for killing it. I'd like to shout out OPE for killing it. I would not like to shout out my team, because we're all trash cans. I would like to shout out Eugene for not listening to this, even though I asked him to. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, shout out
All right,
Lucky.
dope.
Lucky's been a huge help. Lucky Charm's been a huge help for me when it comes to getting my mind on what I want to talk about. When it comes to changing things, he's been a springboard for me a lot of the times. Lucky and Ruth are my two big springboards. So, shout out to the two of them.
Cool, cool, cool. Love it. Uh, I really I hope Brandon makes it to RLCS. RS. I'm a dummy. RLRS.
Yeah, I definitely
that-
want to.
Is that the Pro League?
Yeah, that's the pro league that gets streamed on esports.
And he's like,
Yeah, it's
he's like
they're
on the
qualifying.
combine or something?
Yep.
yeah. Yeah, I'm super excited. Stay tuned for an article on that. Honestly, I'll give you guys all the more information on paper, not paper, digital. On that digital.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm
tune
gonna
in.
definitely look
Mhm.
into all that and keep an eye out for them.
Yeah, tune in next Monday at 9 p.m. Thank you, everybody.
Bye.